Hi, my name is Corey, mentor with Trinity Employment Specialists, and one of the things that we try to do here at Trinity is provide help for people trying to figure out and navigate their way through a job search, which, if you're not the job hopper, well, it can be kind of difficult. And if you really want to be specific and intentional in your job searching, well, thinking about your job search in a different way might help you. And so I wanted to bring up one of the most important books that I've ever read, and it was written by Stephen Covey, and it was called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I think that there's some really important things that I can share with you that I think would be important to incorporating your job search, especially when it comes to trying to figure out what it is that you want to try to go and do. Almost everyone I meet with, not everyone, but almost everyone I meet with are really not content or sure that they're where they need to be in their career. Almost everyone I talk with are second guessing where they're at. And it doesn't matter how high of a position, how much money they make. And even as I speak here, I'm trying to figure out, what am I doing everything I'm supposed to be doing? I think it's a question that might drive us all crazy, but there are a lot of people that are asking the right questions. And so I wanted to bring in Stephen Covey's 7 Habits, and let's try to think about this from a job searching standpoint. I think it'll help bring some clarity to a lot of people that might be searching for that right lane that you'll want, we're all looking for. So I'm gonna jump into this. The first thing is to just be proactive. If you're really not certain you're where you need to be, I'm not saying just go and jump ship, because honestly, there are a lot of people that are they're not ever going to be content. It doesn't matter what. And so if you're switching your mind every 10 minutes and all over the place, you've had 5 jobs this year, I really don't think this advice is for you. And I don't want to be disrespectful. It's just that but maybe it is for you. I just think that there are going to be some people, and they're going to move no matter how perfect the job is for them. I've noticed this. But if you're someone who's been in the same place for a good while, but you're feeling a nudge for a change, I really think this is more along your lines. But you're going to want to be proactive and just begin really thinking every day about what it is that you would like to do. Be moving forward into looking at something that you might want to do, even if it's just a side hustle at first. Like, make some steps into doing it. Here's a great example. This morning, I've always wanted to be in real estate, always. And I don't ever see myself full-time in real estate, but it's something I've always been interested in. Well, this morning, I just went and looked at another property. Now, I'm feeling this out, but I'm being proactive. Now, have I made a decision? This is something I want to get? No, I haven't. But going and putting forth effort into it helps me to decide, hey, is this something I'm interested in doing as a side hustle or not? And those side hustles sometimes will turn into something else. Trinity, where we're sitting right here, this turned into something from when I was working. And I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to start a staffing firm. No one would interview or hire me. So I had an opportunity to go and recruit for someone independently, and I took it. I jumped in, and it turns out I really liked it, and I turned a really nice business into it. So the first step is to be proactive. You don't have to quit your job, jump full in. Now, eventually you'll have to do that if you want to make it successful, but you don't have to do that. You can just be proactive and begin learning And knowledge gives you power, and that will help you to decide whether it's a green arrow for you, or a green light, or a red light, or a yellow light. The next thing is begin with the end in mind. Take away all of your desires, all emotions, and just decide in 20 years, I would really like to see myself here. And then begin to back your way into it. All right, how could I get there? And where would I start if I wanted to get there? And put together a true 10-year plan so that, if you wanted to be a real estate investor, well, you don't go in with a $30 million investment into real estate all of a sudden. You just don't do that. You begin to back into it. But at first, you've got to begin to dream and think. What does this look like? What would I like to see this look like in 20 years? And follow this advice. My mentor gave me this a long time ago. Listen, your feet will never take you where your brain doesn't go first. So you got to start thinking, dreaming, wanting, desiring. And to do that, that takes being proactive. And it's uncomfortable when you don't know. But you got to do it, or else you'll sit there. The next thing's first things first. Every day make a list of things that are going to drive you there and complete that list. Just a to-do list. It doesn't have to be a ton of things, but you can put together 2 or 3 different things that would, urge you to do that. I know a good buddy who started a photography company. Well, you know what he did while he still owned his insurance company? He began taking pictures every day. And he made a daily goal that I want to get out, or a weekly goal, I want to get out this many times and go take pictures. Well, that's what he did. You start with small little steps. Today I just went and looked at a property. I don't know if I'm going to be interested in this. I don't know, but I learned a whole lot more this morning. The next thing is seek first to understand and then to be understood. So when you actually go out and begin job interviews, okay, and you're trying to seek out for what it is that you're looking for, or you get an opportunity to talk to someone in the field that you think you might be interested in, well, begin asking questions. Don't tell them. So what I'm saying is that, especially a lot of talkers, people that like to talk, they'll go out and they'll begin saying, hey, I'm really interested in your field, and I'm thinking this and this and this, and I thought I could go into this, blah, 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 blah. First, ask them questions. What do you think about your field? What do you like about it? Do you see a good 10-year goal for yourself? Are you going to stay in this field? Why or why not? First, seek to understand, and then start saying what you're thinking. It's a better way of going about it. That way you're going to get a much more honest opinion. Same thing when you're interviewing with someone. First, seek to understand what they're looking for, and then go after what you're going for. It's really important to do that. The next thing is synergize. Find people around you that are doing the same thing and begin just talking with them, learning from them, collaborating with them. You'll find so many things out. The next thing is sharpen the saw. The idea behind it is that, and I don't know how much this applies to interviewing other than just practicing on interviewing, but there were 2 guys sitting right next to one another, and one of them worked all day long, never took breaks. And the other guy took a break about every 30 minutes and yet got 2 more trees chopped down than the other guy. And the other guy could not figure it out. He's like, I'm working twice as hard as you. How in the world are you getting those trees done? And he said, you take a break every 30 minutes. And the guy said, well, yeah, but every time I'm taking the break, I'm sharpening my saw. So the idea behind that is if you're going to be interviewing, Get very good at interviewing. Partner with people that know how to teach you how to interview, know the types of questions that'll get asked of you, and be very well versed in what you could be asked and then what your potential answer would be. So that's the advice that I would have for people considering Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. If Trinity can help you, give us a call at 918-622-2588, or you can visit us online at trinityemployment.com.